co-op campaign got delayed to post-launch? What? Are you serious? Yeah, dude. And 343 delayed Forge Mode too. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Hey, B. John left you some wall art. He did what? Look. That's not funny.
Hop on Halo and subscribe to No Way It's Brandon. No Way It's Brandon. Power to the gamer. Rated E for everyone.
Firefight. Defend this area at all costs, Spartan. Set, start. Skulls on.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You guys know who it is. It's your guy. No Way It's Brandon. Coming at you guys again with another video for today. How you guys doing, man? You guys doing well? You guys doing great? You guys doing absolutely stupendously fantastic as always, guys. We're back right at it with some more Halo Reach today, man. Playing some Firefight today. And some Sniper Fight to be more specific. So, today, as you guys can probably tell, I am not playing this in real time. But what I can tell you is that yesterday, I was playing this in real time, and I was actually speaking and recording voiceover while playing the game, but the file got corrupted, so I'm just trying to I'm just trying to reuse the same gameplay and then talk about the same stuff because I don't want the video to go to waste, and I still got to get a video up, and I still have to get a video up today, so it is what it is with that. But anyway, hopefully everyone is having a fantastic day, fantastic week, and hopefully you guys don't mind that I have to do it like this today. But I just wanted to get this message across, and basically today I wanted to talk about some Halo Infinite stuff. And just yesterday I watched the Actman's video on the state of Halo Infinite, and he didn't talk about anything that's really all that new. It was mainly just the usual, yeah, there's not going to be co-op campaign at launch, and there isn't going to be any Forge. So it was just him really talking about some of that stuff, but a point that I found very interesting was that he was saying that typically with new video game releases, there's always a really huge spike in player population, which always makes sense. I mean, that's pretty much going to be a given with every single game, is that there's going to be this huge initial spike, maybe for about a week, maybe a couple, maybe a month, and then there's usually some kind of huge drop off, and then it kind of just somewhat downtrends a little bit, or maybe goes kind of flat. And then once new updates come in, then you have some little minor spikes. So if you guys are familiar with the stock market, then you guys can just picture a graph, right? Or a chart for a stock or whatever. And I found that very interesting because he was saying that, you know, it sucks that we're not going to get Forge and we're not going to get co-op campaign at launch, because his point was that since there's always a huge spike in player base at the initial launch, a lot of those people and players are going to miss out on experiencing co-op campaign and experiencing Forge mode. And then another point he said was that not a lot of people or anybody at all is going to wait 3 to 6 months to play some co-op campaign, because just as 343 said, we're not going to get co-op campaign for Halo Infinite until like 3, maybe 6 months after launch. So in maybe season 1 or 2, I forget what it was. My whole concern was that that players might drop off earlier, because I wouldn't be surprised if 343 only had a few different game modes at launch. And I've mentioned this before, where I was saying that I really wouldn't be surprised if 343 only had Team Slayer, Big Team Battle, and Oddball at launch. And now that we've seen Forge mode get delayed, and why am I forgetting what it's called? Forge mode get delayed. Sorry, I just woke up. Forge mode and co-op campaign get delayed. I would not be surprised if we hop on Halo Infinite on December 8th, and then we only see Team Slayer, we only see Big Team Battle, which is essentially Team Slayer, and then we only see Oddball, and then everyone is wondering where the heck Infection is, where the heck Griffball is, or maybe some Firefight or some other PvP or PvE modes. We're gonna be all, oh, where the heck are all these other game modes that are essentially staples in Halo games? And then 343, I would not be surprised, will probably say, oh, we didn't think that they were ready yet, so we're gonna ship those out in future updates. And that ain't good for your boy, because then it kind of just becomes Halo 5 all over again. And look it, do not get me wrong, I love Team Slayer, I love Big Team Battle, Oddball is pretty fun too, but I'm just kind of thinking about, the whole Halo player base. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody likes to play competitive or like social Slayer all the time. People want to sit back, relax, and play some Infection, or maybe not always sit back and relax in Infection, but anyway, people want to play some Infection. People want to shoot some aliens in the face with their buddies. And since there isn't going to be any co-op campaign, then you can't shoot aliens in the face with your buddies. So I think really the only redeeming factor for co-op campaign not being there at launch is if there is some kind of PvE mode that can maybe fill in that void for a little bit, if you guys know what I'm saying. Because the only type of experience that's going to be on Halo Infinite is just player versus player. There isn't going to be any sort of PvE mode that you can kick back with your buddies with, or just some randos and shoot some AI in the face. You just can't do that. So that is one thing that I am kind of bummed out about, and I'm just really hoping that 343 isn't gonna do the whole Halo 5 thing and then finally bring in Infection, I think 1 year later, and then bring in Griffball 1 year later, or however long it was. Not at launch, pretty much, and then make whole seasonal updates based around these things, and then advertise them as new. Because honestly, what would piss me off as a huge fan of Halo, obviously, and a huge fan of Halo Infinite, is if, for example, we get season 2 or season 3, and then the whole theme or the whole selling point of these seasons are, oh, co-op campaign is coming back, and then nothing else really comes from those updates. So, I mean, really, Forge and co-op campaign or other PvE modes, those cannot be like flagship things within these seasonal updates. I mean, those have to be secondary. So those, I say, should not be at the front line of these new seasonal updates, because those should have been there at launch. So Forge co-op campaign has to be down here, and then brand new things should be up here. So these should be at the forefront, and then 343 should say, oh, and then by the way, co-op is also coming in this update as well. So that's personally how I want to see it go down, just because it just seems it would be a waste of a season if the whole big update was, oh, Forge is coming. It's like, dude, that should have been there at launch. Bungie had it there at launch. 343 had it there at launch for Halo 4. And, the only caveat, or I guess the only rebuttal, is that, granted, Bungie got their Forge out at launch and pretty much everything out at launch. But 343 is now doing things that are much more detailed, and there's a lot more features in these Forge modes, and just in Forge in general. I get all that, you know what I'm saying, but it's just, it would just be kind of bothersome if they like flagshipped these things and said, oh, this is going to be season 1 update, big thing, Forge. I'm like, okay, can we get anything else that's actually new? Because this is stuff that should actually be there at launch. And I've already told you guys is that 343 has had, since 2018 to develop Halo Infinite. I mean, look, I always make this point in saying that I don't know what it's like to develop games. I don't know what it's like to mess with video game coding and stuff, but it's just, dude, I just really think that co-op should be there at launch and Forge should have been there at launch. But I also do have to appreciate 343 for being transparent, and this is also something that I have to make a point of, is that at least 343 is being transparent, and 343 is being honest and saying, hey, it's just not ready, so we're not going to give you a product that's not ready. And I do appreciate that, because we're not getting a CD Projekt Red scenario, you know, Cyberpunk 2077. We're not going to be getting that here, it seems, which is all a-okay for me. I'm very happy about that. But at the same time, you know, it's just, that's just kind of the nature of Halo Infinite being deemed a live service and not a finished product at launch. So we can't, I guess it may not even be fair to think of it as a product coming out at or on December 8th and it not being a finished product. But I personally can't help but think of it as a unfinished product being launched at December 8th, just because that's what Halo usually is. But for me personally, all of the core Halo stuff really should have been there at launch. You know, Forge mode, co-op, campaign, whatever it is, right? And then Infection, Griffball, all those other little game modes, man, really should be there at launch, because those won't be new things if they end up getting brought into Halo Infinite at some point. But again, I do have to thank and commend 343 for at least being honest, being transparent, and being real. So at the same time, again, we all just have to understand that this is just the nature of a live service, and I'm really hoping that 343 isn't using using the live service as an excuse to keep delaying things. So a huge thing for Halo for Halo Infinite at launch is if, again, we only get a small handful of PvP game modes and solo campaign and nothing else. That really might make the player base drop a little bit, which I'm not all that concerned about, because I think regardless, people are generally going to have fun. But I know that Halo fans want more than just Team Slayer, want more than just Oddball. They want the Griffball, they want Infection, they want Firefight, they want all of this goodness that Halo Reach had to offer, that Halo 4 didn't have a firefight mode. They had Spartan Ops. But anyway, basically, Halo Reach was like the perfect launch. They had everything at launch. But obviously, again, I think 343's Halo Infinite is going to be over 100 gigabytes, or it was rumored to be over 100 gigabytes of space when you first download the game or install it. So that's going to be crazy. But regardless of all that, you know, I think that Halo Infinite it's going to be fantastic. I mean, as you guys already know, I've played the game. I had access to Halo Infinite on the first flight, and with all my personal concerns and my kind of iffiness about the launch, the game is going to play and feel awesome. I mean, I have to say 343 did a fantastic job. I mean, with just with how the game feels, the weapons, the sound design. And if you guys hadn't seen me play Halo Infinite, highly recommend you guys go ahead and check out those gameplays for Halo Infinite. I do have a playlist, and I will have it at the end screen as well, in case you guys want to go ahead and check that out. But, you know, but then again, with all my concerns, Halo Infinite is a kick-butt game. And I usually try to reserve my hype for a game until I get my hands on it. Until I get my hands on it. And I just didn't want to make the same mistake that I made with Halo 5, although I wasn't recording Halo 5 videos when the game came out. But when I first played the Halo 5 beta, I didn't take a second to actually dissect the game and feel it out. I was just all, finally a new Halo game. This is awesome. This is the most perfect Halo game ever. And then once the game launches, I was all, what the heck is this game, dude? But But anyway, yeah, I played about 60 to maybe 80 matches of Halo Infinite during that one weekend of flight testing. So I thought it was super awesome. So regardless of what happens at launch, I'm super stoked for it. And the game is just great. It is a great game. Much better than Call of Duty Vanguard for all you COD nerds out there. But anyway, guys, that is going to have to do for this one. Thank you guys again for watching. I greatly appreciate it. You guys let me know what you guys think of all this Halo Infinite stuff and what you might want to see, or what you do want to see at launch and what your concerns are. But anyway, thank you guys again for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys can please like, subscribe, comment, and enjoy the content, that'd be absolutely stupendously fantastic as always, guys. And as usual, I will see you in the next one. And I got a front skin outro.